Hey, guess what? It's just the Scott Kid. It's Thursday night. We're at the B&B. I have a Knight of the Round Table with me.
Give points.
And on the phone with us this evening from Chicago, Illinois, Dead Living. The zombies have arisen. Hello, guys.
Hey, everybody.
Hello there. How you guys doing tonight?
It's beautiful outside, so we're wondering.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah, let's enjoy it while we can.
Yeah.
I mean, optimistically, looking at the next 10-day forecast, it looks like it's going to be beautiful. So we've had a wonderful fall. I'm proud and happy of this.
Yeah, for sure.
Mother Nature gave us that little bit of 2020.
No, yeah, it's a nice gift here towards the tail end.
Yeah. So how about we do quick introductions? Tell us who you are and what it is you do in the band.
All right, I'll start. I go by Rake in Dead Living, and I play guitar and I do the vocals as well.
All right, hey everyone out there. This is E.T. I play bass guitar and yeah,
And personality.
Hello, good evening. This is Merlin. I play drums and I did like the band logo, I guess.
Yeah, that's also true, yeah.
You cast the spells?
Yeah, that as well. Yeah, doing Merlin and all.
I didn't use any
you
actual...
better be nice.
Yeah.
Are you warning me I should be nice?
Be careful, Jess.
No. Nobody makes me be nice on my own show.
That's not me threatening you, by the way.
So here, let's start. You guys, Dead Living, how do you come by your name and how long have you been a band?
I'll take that one. Just can't be weighted. The most weighted part is the name. Coming up with that. Coming up with the name is just like something that I've always kind of dreaded and all that. But the reason is because we were originally in Circles recently, and there was just there's an In Circles from New York on like the East Coast that's all like one word. We found another one on Spotify, so there was just like we just didn't want like any like crossovers, confusions, and I just like solidify the name and not have to worry about anyone else having it and all that sort of thing. And especially too because we wanted our plan 2020, like a lot of people just wanted to go out and play and go to New York and things like that. So I didn't want it to be like In Circles and be like kind of confusion be there. Yeah. So Dead Living is the best we could come up with after that, I guess.
Yeah, so we needed a band name, and it took us a while and to find something original. We liked the movie Return of the Living Dead, and
Naturally,
it just came out. If you think of any band name now, and if you look it up, it's probably taken. And that's what we had to go through. And so,
yeah, you'd be surprised at what's taken already.
Ooh, ow. My hand through the glass table.
You okay?
I'm good.
I told you, don't talk shit on her.
We're wilding out over here.
No.
So, what has...
We're falling through.
how long have you guys been a group?
Well, we played with each other through like various kind of like projects. Pale Moonlight is actually, our EP Pale Moonlight is named after a group from like maybe a couple, projects ago. And some of the songs actually come from there. They didn't get played out, yeah.
But we've been playing together in some form or another for at least 6 to 8 years, I would think.
Yeah.
Dang. As different names? Like the same three of you, but like by different names?
Well, it was kind of like different projects really, and like different members. Like when we were Pale Moonlight, we had Germ from Shittison in the group at that point, and had like Elliot wasn't playing bassist originally for Pale Moonlight, and there's some things that we were like working around, and I guess we just naturally kind of gravitate towards each other with projects because we built this chemistry and all this like are really close and things like that. So this sort of happens.
Okay, so as Dead Living, looking at your Facebook page, you just recently did like your first live feed. Who's wearing corpse paint?
That's me.
I thought so. Okay.
Take a guess.
You got Merlin, right?
Okay, so tell us how that went and what was the motivation behind doing that? Have you guys gotten to play out live as you? I've got so many questions. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think we played like one or
No, actually, as Dead Living, we have not played a live show. That was the first one was supposed to be that Halloween one, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
But yeah, that was me just dressing up for Halloween as Morbius, the living vampire from Marvel. So I had like the red eye contacts on that you can't really see in the video from a distance, but they like cover your whole eye, and it's kind of annoying to put those in.
How comfortable was that, man?
Not very, but they settled in and became one with my sclera. So.
Yeah. Those looked awesome, though.
Yeah, worth it. They say suffer for fashion. What is it?
Something like that.
Nobody knew who the hell I was. They thought I was just a bum in a red sweater.
I knew who you were, but that's because, like...
Really?
My buddy told me, he's like, man, Elliot really gave up. I guess he didn't see the ET in the picture, so I was like, oh, thanks, man.
Yeah.
So how do you come to have your, like, stage names? Where do these come from?
Well, that's my initials. That's about it.
Okay, you did give up. Next? No.
Next, please. Yeah, had to get that out of the way.
Yeah, that was good.
I'm kidding.
And then mine, Merlin, is like my artist nickname at work. I tattoo in Aurora, North Aurora, so I just figured I'd use the same nickname.
Is it like your tattoo gun is your wand?
First of all, don't call it again.
What should I call it?
Yeah, what do you...
It's a machine.
Oh, wow. Okay, wow.
That's right, Merlin. You get them. See?
Yeah,
Fuck.
yeah. And that goes for everyone listening out there.
Not calling it again.
Okay, it is a tattoo machine.
But, yeah, no, it's just, I don't know, I've always liked wizardry, medieval, Renaissance type stuff, and so I always kind of like that whole story, too, of the Sword and the Stone. I used to watch that movie a lot as a kid.
Right?
So,
Min! And he's gonna change her into a dragon, and they're getting into the fucking war where they're like, pew, 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 pew!
yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, spelling back and forth.
Yeah, that holds up, too, that whole thing. I watched it, like, not too long ago. I was like, whoa.
It's a great movie. I mean, like, Disney is inherently evil, all right? We all know that most of it is just
right.
racist
They
rhetoric.
know about them since they're there.
But, like, as
Yeah.
that and I mean, who's not to say Disney wasn't somehow a weird cultist? Because a lot of those movies are all based on magic.
Right, it's all, like, super, like, pretty dark stuff, like, when it's not all, like, they draw it all nice and stuff like that. Yeah.
Singing birds and shit.
yeah.
I mean, even Bambi. His mom got.
She was
Yeah, right? They're like, this is real life. Yeah.
He's a rug now.
Oh, yeah, dude. But a nice one.
So you said, okay, how about Wraith?
Yeah, so Rick, I just really wanted like a little bit more of a disconnect between just like it was getting to be like a juggling act between like personal pages and the band stuff, and like, I don't know, it just like felt like I was just kind of like reaching out mostly just to friends and stuff like that, so I kind of wanted a little bit of a disconnect, so I wanted to go by like, some like pseudo name. And Rake comes from like a discussion about band names, which is taken, by the way, Rake.
Yep.
Because it was actually Germ from Shittison that was talking about it'd be a great band name because it means kind of like they call it like a moral gentleman, kind of like a degenerate, something like that. It's just like an old time kind of like a usage of the word and stuff like that. So.
So what you're saying politely is you're a scumbag, but old timey?
Yeah, old time, good old fashioned scumbag, I guess. Yeah.
It's colloquial.
Yeah.
Look at us using all these big words and shit. So you haven't played out yet at all as this group, huh?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, it was all the timing of everything. I mean, we were like just about ready to play. I think we had at least one thing booked, and then there's supposed to be this outdoor thing. The live stream replaced an outdoor show that was supposed to be happening. That just the weather wasn't going to permit it first, and then there was a big spike in like cases, and it became like illegal, really.
Okay.
And
why are all these people following legality all of a sudden?
Right, it's like,
I don't mean to
punk
be a dickhead, but I've never seen so many punks tuck their tail up between their legs and go, I'm staying home, because that's punk rock. And I get it.
Yeah.
I don't mean to sound like a dickhead, but I do find it kind of interesting that the reason why people are staying home is not for the consideration of others, but because it's illegal.
Yeah, it is kind of like ironic.
An excuse for some of those fucks out there.
Excuse for
I'm
stuff.
gonna stay in and you wouldn't go leave your house anyway.
Yeah, there really were people trying to like do the best they could to make it happen. Like, but they literally, like, someone came by. They worked for the city, I think, and they chained up the parking lot that it was supposed to happen in.
Oh, damn.
Because they kind of caught wind of what was going on, and then I think they were thinking that it might have been like a protest thing. They weren't really sure because they saw some speakers set up, and they're like, okay, they chained up the parking lot. And then Jay-Z TV actually stepped in and was going to do like a live stream show of all the bands. He was going to host it, which is absolutely huge. But then, again, COVID was happening, and like one of the original kind of hosts from Punk Rock Cotton Town, Southside Rich, got COVID.
Oh.
And was just like, okay, now we have to like rethink this. He's like, I'm doing one band at a time. So our next like show, if you will, is December 12th with Jay-Z TV.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So what? Go on.
Yeah.
Go on.
Just I guess it's starting to look like, that this is, the new norm as much as we want to. I mean, there's no fighting it. You just got to kind of roll with it. But, I'm fine with, like, the live streams for now, because we're practicing. We want to stay sharp and then and creating at the same time. And the live streams are just, like, a nice way to keep the energy going because it gets hard without kind of vibing with people, even if it's, like, online.
Yeah. It's been hard for us to keep having the energy to do this because you're right. That vibe of sitting there with somebody to discuss what it is that they do is remiss when you are having to speak through a speaker onto a phone. You don't get the same energy that you would as if you're meeting with somebody. But tell us, this transitions nicely then, as to how have you been combating COVID? How often do you practice? And within this year, you have it looks like two things on Bandcamp. We played something off of Pale Moonlight, but you also released something else in July. So do you want to talk to us about what that looks like for you?
Yeah. Well, as far as as far as practicing, we've been practicing like once a week. Yeah. Marlon's a stickler today. We've been practicing like once a week, which is our usual kind of like we want to do at least that, and when we got more going on, we would usually practice more, but we're not so much doing that. We do stick to a lot of solo practices too in between meeting up, which helps. Yeah, not so much Merlin though. But and then when we rehearse, I mean, we kind of like mostly rotate, but nowadays I feel like even though I do this like singing, I started off in the beginning when we were practicing wearing the mask nonstop, and then for a little while these guys were wearing their mask while I was able to sing without it. But now I think I feel like, because I kind of like to belt it out and stuff like that, so I'm comfortable wearing the mask even while we play. Like during the live stream, I had it on like the whole time, and it's not something that I really mind. And if we were to play outdoors or anything like that, and I would be comfortable with it there too, doesn't really mean much to me, I guess. The mask, at least.
You are the first band to say that. Minus V Sonnets, who also plays wearing his mask, you would be the first people I've heard of that say very comfortably we could perform with that on. Thank you.
Right. I saw V's set. I was watching some, clips last night, and I saw V's set, and I saw that too. Yeah, I love how he holds his guitar. Like it's like kind of Hendrix style. It's like I'm pretty sure it's like one of those upside down backwards kind of things, and
he's
like kind of like has his own chord shapes. It's so fucking awesome.
Yeah, he's left-handed, but he plays a right-handed guitar.
Right. Yeah. When I caught that one day, I was like, dude, that is fucking awesome.
Shout out to V.
Yeah.
So with that, okay, you practice once a week, and you released. I was right, correct? It's an EP, Pale Moonlight.
Yeah, we actually released them basically just at the same time.
Okay.
We were trying to just get our recordings out there, really.
So who recorded them? Where did you record them? How long did it take you? Is this just this year? Or talk to us about recording and what that was like.
Over a course of maybe the last 2 years, we worked on the Pale Moonlight. That was probably, Ramon says he's the most proud of that EP. And I agree.
It's one of my favorites of all.
I agree. It's pretty good. But that one's been hanging around for a while. We released it a little bit late. It's not like we were mastering it or perfecting it or anything. We were just kind of sitting on it. And then what's the next one? Rotary, yeah, that one just kind of came out of nowhere, so we put that out. We recorded with Kevin from Uphill, great guy, great friend. Any bands out there, go to Uphill. Any bands out there in Chicago, he's a good producer. We also are sitting on a couple new ones that you might hear live tonight as well. Yeah,
that's exciting. So then,
there's also
go on.
There's a few tracks on the Rotary album EP that we recorded with Jim Reeves, which is like an old school producer. He worked with also a lot of live recordings too, but people like Muddy Waters. He did
Ace really.
Oh yeah, he recorded Ace. Yeah. We could just stop right there. Yeah, we could stop right there. That was a really nice experience too, and that was like one of those awesome personal home studios. Yeah, he recorded with Aerosmith, and he did the Berlin album, shit like that.
Wait.
So he had
So how do you come to do that?
That was actually just kind of one of those absolutely get lucky, someone who I was at dinner with a friend, and their father was there, and we were talking about the music. He had heard it, and he was kind of a little bit of a music head, and especially blues and jazz. And he's like, you should talk to my friend, my friend Jim. And I was like, oh yeah, And he's like, no, really. He's like, give him a call, and I look into him and look to see his fucking background, and I was like, holy fucking shit, what the hell did we just stumble upon? And it was only charged us $98 an hour or some shit like that. It was it was something like that because he hadn't really been recording much, and he's like, I wanted to get back in this. It was perfect timing. He's like, I'm just gonna dabble in this again.
Jim worked with us. He worked with us well. He we went in knowing what we were gonna do, but at the same time, he's like, hey man, you gotta stop. He's like, do that shit over. He just wanted us to be at our best.
Mm-hmm.
He wanted to feel it. It was fun to record with Jim Reeves. You could tell that he's been around and shit. He knew, and I appreciated it. It made us play the best we can. It was pretty cool. Yeah.
It sounds really cool. All right, so I asked this of a lot of people. Once it's recorded, did those people also mix and master, or did it go for you guys to another person to have that done, and then you received those finished tracks back? Or was everything done by the people who you started with? How'd that work? How's the finished product come to be with you?
That's where our supporters come in. Help us get things mastered.
Yeah.
No, we got a few things mastered, but I wish we could just go to somebody, record, and have them just take care of everything. But when it comes down to it, any recording studio engineer would tell you, all right, you guys did it again. Now it's up to your ass to get out there, master it, find someone to master it, find something, promote your shit. So it is a process, like you're mentioning, and we found some sites to do it last minute when we, just wanted to release some music, and we did some online mastering. We've looked into a couple of people mastering with the stuff we're sitting on. We're figuring that out right now, but it's true.
Yeah, but the stuff that we have recorded up right now, we originally had Kevin just do all the full mix for us, and he didn't do masters at the time. So
now he does.
Yeah, and then all the recordings of Pale Moonlight and Rotary, we had just put through this it was like a cheap, like $10, like master through some app online and stuff like that, just so that we could put it up on like, you know, like Spotify and shit like that. And unfortunately, I know how you guys feel about Spotify and stuff. And now, and then
What's that? How do you feel about Spotify?
Well, do you guys want to tell them?
Yeah.
No. I want somebody who's been paying attention to repeat back to me the same shit I talk about weekly. So go ahead, my wise sage, and educate your bandmates on how I feel about that.
Well, it's something kind of we've been finding out about. Because, like, when we were first kind of forming this, it's like Spotify was hot, you know? Everyone's putting all their shit on Spotify. All the playlists are on fucking Spotify. Yeah. This guy's sold. He's like, I'm in.
They got your ass.
Yeah. But then you find out, you know, you're not gonna be making money off of it. You know, it doesn't really help. It really doesn't help like any way, like with your like getting your music out there or like kind of even legitimizing it. So it's just like you guys talk a lot about how it is that you push it. You find like the small labels, people to put it out, and all that sort of stuff.
Right.
And it's kind of like what I guess we've been kind of the most active in like kind of finding different ways to just like attack the promotion of our music, promotion of our live shows and things like that. So it's a learning process and all that, because things that feel like are kind of constantly changing, and people's expectations, like with like how you deliver things to them, be it through like Instagram, which is like replacing Facebook as far as like people following you, and like it seems like it's always developing. Some things are better for others, like, you know, Instagram sucks at this for videos or whatever, and then Facebook does this, and it's just like it's all like navigating it all. Honestly, we're not all that great at it, so it's kind of constant learning experience. But
yeah, I'm not on social media at all, so sorry, I didn't know about this.
Yeah, this guy, it's a good thing. Yeah, it's like noble in some ways, you know.
Wow. How often do you watch our show?
I've definitely heard about you. Like you're, and I'm not even on social media, and I've definitely heard about you. So you guys are awesome.
Wow. That's the point of the underground. People should know about you without having to watch this bullshit.
Y'all are from Kenosha, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Every time we go to Kenosha, it's a fucking badass time. I love it.
Yeah, and we've mentioned Shitison a few times. So
right on.
So Claudia actually bought an art piece from our daughter.
Nice.
So that's why she brought that up today.
Dude, I remember that show. She brought that up today. We went and had a couple drinks with her before we came here. I had to pick up my bass. And I was like, I remember that show. There was a little girl drawing, and we're all just fucking totally like going all out at this show. And they're drawing like a pretty picture. Like, yeah, this is awesome. Yeah.
Yep.
That was a great time, man.
We went to that show because Kip was the one that they asked to bring his art there.
I didn't sell a goddamn
And he didn't
thing.
sell anything, and she walks up to Claudia and was like, I really love your band. Can I give you this picture? And she's like, yeah, here's $20. And she comes walking back to me like snapping her bill. And she's like, look, Kip, I sold a piece of art, and I was like, what the fuck? And he's like, disappear!
That's one thing about Claudia. I mean, like not to like be funny or anything, but she, like, we've gone to art shows and stuff like that, and just randomly walked by art shows. And she's an artist herself, and she's bought art from just random people because she wants to support, you know, and it's pretty cool. Just you know, like supporting each other as an artist.
I feel like that's part of my rhetoric. Honestly, week after week after week is about supporting each other. And since we're at this precipice, I feel, of like maybe paramount change within our country, or at least the illusion of that is there, I want musicians and artists to continue to push forward where we can get rid of the big business that has corrupted the music industry. So capitalism has done nothing but really create slaves of any musician. And I don't say that term lightly. You are slaves. There is this belief that in order to get ahead, we have to pay the master so that we can have our music put out there. And that's kind of a backwards way to run a business. Small businesses aren't paying other people to start their business. They're acquiring grants so that they themselves can make profit. And so we kind of need to flip the whole music industry over and just say, hey, fuck y'all, we ain't using Spotify. We're not going to buy into Pandora. This is how we're going to market and sell our wares. And that does come as being a collaborative. So
I'm all for that. But so what's how would you do that? And how would you get people to hear you out without, because I mean, that's obviously the easy way out, right? For anyone to hear you. And you know, most bands probably buy into that unknowingly.
Everybody buys into it.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, exactly. It's the easy way out. Yeah, stand up to this.
So that's a wonderful question, right? How do we combat this issue, and how do we get our music heard? How the fuck did we even come to know what the genres of music we like were? They didn't have Spotify. They didn't have Pandora. They didn't have the internet. What did they do? They made physical copies of their music. They held shows. They distributed that music, and they relied heavily on on friends, fans, and other bands spreading the word. Hell, man, we're spreading COVID like wildfire. We should be able to spread music like that too.
Yeah, you can't hand them a demo too while you're at it. It reminds me, like a hard copy. You know, like, hey, I heard this show. These guys fucking party. They have a good time. Let's go hang out at this show and have a great time. It reminds me as well as like Ramon and I, when we first turned 21, we went to this bar and we're like, man, we see these shows and stuff. We walk into the bar and we're like, here's a CD. Like, you talk about the music. Yeah, it was the music. We're like, here's a CD. We're going to be 21 in a few months. You know, like, hear us out. They're like, get the fuck out of our bar. You're not old enough. Like, it's so funny. Like, dude, just take our CD. But like, it's the footwork, the legwork, and the hustle. Like, now it's too fucking easy. Just like it's too easy to just come up with a band name and like how are people doing these band name things? It took us like a fucking couple months. It's too easy. Like that legwork, that commitment, and that old school style of like getting your music out there. That sounds awesome. I'm all for that.
Thank you.
Sounds great. We gotta find a way.
That is the way. We just have to put the work in and stop saying that we're being lazy. Make music a commodity again. Like, and that's what we do. Like, we've hustled and hustled and hustled. Have I used social media to help with that? Yes. However, that laying that grassroots sort of pipeline is what has gotten us so that you guys know who we were. We talk to people. Every show we go out to, we explain this. I mean, I'm probably annoying now to people who are like, we don't want to hear it anymore. Yes, our music's on Spotify. And it's like...
But you're pushing it. That's what we need. Yeah, for sure. We got to push it out there.
Other people have to... It's like the civil rights movement. Other people also have to let those burning embers continue to burn through to make the change happen. And it is so easy. I can lay down $20 and send fucking CD Baby I spent a year and a half recording and mastering and paying like up to $500. It took me $20 to send it. Now they own my shit. And I'm never going to see anything from it. And I can't send it anywhere because now it's owned. And I have... Every time we post a video on YouTube, I get an immediate email notification. Oops! Your video's in good standing, but there's been a copyright claim against it owned by CD Baby, DistroKid, TuneCore, Orchard Music, Sony, blah, blah, blah. Over and over and over again. There has not been one human being that we've had on this. Yes, there is. Trees of Life.
There has.
They do their own stuff.
There has been another,
another
not like actual show guest, but someone that we told all the stuff to that she pushed and pushed and pushed and got her stuff on it all by herself.
Who was that?
I can't remember her name.
Good job, Kev. But Sam Radical Fun Time, they're another one. Dilapidated Records.
Andy. Something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we had.
From Milwaukee, Andy. Andii. Yep, she did it all herself because she listened to what
Andy
we
with
said.
9.
Yep, 2 eyes. Andii.
Why?
She plays at Summerfest all the time.
Okay.
So there are ways to do it.
So, I mean, today, right now, you can't play shows. So, even if we're against, social media or all this stuff, how else are we going to do it? What's the norm today? How are you going to get out there? With these live streams, and that's the new norm. We mentioned that in one of our posts recently, right?
Well, you can use Bandcamp, and you can use SoundCloud, and you can use YouTube, and you can post your music on those things and then circulate them. That then creates, that's kind of the virtual quote-unquote legwork, right?
So let's change this, because I feel like Bandcamp, SoundCloud doesn't get enough respect.
It doesn't, and Bandcamp's wonderful.
Anyone can just get on it, apparently.
Yeah, Bandcamp.
We're anyone.
I love Bandcamp so much. Bandcamp will even sell your merch. This is our first time that we've done any of these, sold our music basically, or whatever, giving it away, was this time around with the Dead Living stuff, like Pale Moonlight and Circles. It was all strictly Bandcamp. Mm-hmm. And yeah, so I'm just kind of kicking myself a little bit about it. But this is all stuff that Pale Moonlight and Rotary are both. Pale Moonlight comes from the band Pale Moonlight, and Rotary is named after our first album, our first EP from In Circles. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of it's us re-releasing this, kind of being okay, this is us, and we still play these songs. This is kind of a meshing of our identities, and this new, we've done some recording already recently for a new EP, and we might add some more tracks, but this is going to be the thing that stands out the most, I think, because it's all based off of what we've been doing lately.
Wonderful. And so too, one of the things I have not done to help people navigate better, I've kind of fallen off because it's been kind of overwhelming. Because now my whole life is online. My job is online. The kids' school is online. This is on, everything I do is a screen all day. And so I unplug at the end of the day. But one of my goals to help people navigate this is to show, because I have the software now on my laptop to do it, and I tested it for work, is to show people how they can do this and release a few videos to help people navigate how to release their shit onto these platforms, and then what it looks like to create the metadata behind it so that you don't have to rely on utilizing CD Baby, DistroKid, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
So, you can go to the store, you can go to Walmart and order and get however many blank CDRs and burn your shit. And then when people buy it, boop, 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 boop. It's like running a business. You have to have a business plan. Who do I want
There's nothing better than buying something from someone that's total DIY, self-made, has some personality to it. There's nothing better than that.
Yeah, actually, Citizen does that kind of a lot. You'll get some back in the day, especially. A lot of people do that, but I love when you get those demos that are kind of Sharkula style, where it's just they're wrapped in paper, folded paper with a print on it.
It's a tissue, yeah.
The craft. Yeah, a cassette tape that's all in pen, everything and stuff, and everyone looks completely different.
Yeah, that kind of shows the love behind it. So, speaking of those things, then, do you guys have merchandise?
So far it's been a slow build because it was kind of okay, how are we gonna sell this? We could do it through Bandcamp and while we're promoting these other things. Because we're trying to keep busy. We're working on a music video right now that's gonna be, I think, pretty pretty epic and stuff and fun and things. And that's the kind of things that helps push the music and our performances lately, is just kind of content and all that. Once we do a little bit more of that, I feel like we're going to focus more on merch. So far, we started off with just these awesome vinyl stickers.
Ramon lost today.
I just I couldn't remember where I put them. I was going to bring them out and sort of oh yeah, check them out, but it's I mean, it's not much of
He was thinking of like mailing people listening today to like some stuff. But
No,
We were gonna send you merch, but is it because you got high? I feel like this is becoming a song.
You know, like, don't make a scapegoat of the weed, all right? Don't do that.
I'm not saying it's a bad thing at all.
Weed is not the problem, okay?
It's COVID.
But no, but that's still a thing. Like anyone that messages the band about it, I'll mail them a really awesome vinyl sticker. They're like really awesome quality. I swear, like a tornado couldn't take them down. And
they were made by this guy named Sean from Boy Story.
Yeah, Sean from Boy Story.
Henry and
gave us the hookup. Yeah, and like and yeah, these things you got like one chance to put them on there, but they're awesome stickers. Once you get them on, it's gonna look pretty dope.
So what you're saying is don't use them as nipple decals.
Oh man,
that would be tough.
Yeah,
Unless you're into that.
nah, that's some like sadistic shit. Because yeah, your pepperonis will come right off. You'll be left with some
Only if your kisses me. And these.
some I don't know what's the larger salami. I don't know. Some Genoa. You'll be left with some Genoas and stuff. You know, some Genoa salami.
Oh my god. Sounds painful.
Yeah.
However, are you familiar, well-versed one, on Merch Monday?
Rich Monday, no.
Oh, want to hear something new? Another way that you can promote without having to use anybody to help you. It's called Merch Monday. You take pictures of your merchandise and you post it on our page. And you put a little like, this is our cool ass epic shit. Don't stick it on your nipples or you'll get Genoa salami. And then you, it's a good disclaimer. And then you tag your band and then we share it all over our other pages, thus helping create metadata for you. And people get to see your shit.
Okay, right on.
Just so you know.
Great.
Mondays.
Awesome. I've just the pictures. So we can at least start getting these out because sticker slapping is a nice piece of the culture that has not died.
Right. Is it Merlin who's responsible for your imagery?
Yes.
Yeah, the great majority of the time.
For the most part, yeah.
Okay. So, how long? I mean, like, is it easy for you to just like boop 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 come up with what it is that image was? Could you tell us? Did you do it on a computer? Did you hand draw this? What is your medium, sir?
Well, I initially booped it on paper, and then I took like a picture of it and like edited it on my. I think I just had my phone at the time, so a tiny screen, trying to digitize it somewhat, and then I handed it over. Once I got like the basic outline, like all the black of the hand and like the money and the name and all that stuff to Ray's brother. And he did like the colorizing and getting it ready, like, you know, to be used for various things, like the right quality and all that stuff. But yeah, for the longest time I've always preferred using like graphite or even ballpoint pens. I got into like in high school, so I like being able to blend those smoothly and such. But recently, like for work, I've gotten into the whole digital realm with an iPad Pro, so that's kind of made things easier. And it's cool to see like time lapses and stuff. But yeah, lately it's been on the iPad, I guess. But I also like got into sculpture and like wood burning and all kinds of stuff. So
Neat.
But not gonna lie, I'm kind of looking forward to there possibly being another lockdown, so I can get into more craft type stuff. But
Is that where are you guys located? Are you like Chicago, or are you suburbs, or where are
Right
you?
in the heart.
Right in the heart of the city. Yeah.
I'm the only one that comes out from North Aurora.
Okay. So,
But yeah, the other guys are in Chicago.
what does that look like for Illinois? We have seen rumors or read rumors that there's going to be another shutdown, and right now if you travel up here, you have to quarantine for 14 days.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So what does that look like for you guys?
Well, I see the most of that, I feel like, because actually I work in the restaurant industry, and what this looks like right now to me is kind of like when they were coming up with like restrictions like one week after another last time. I feel like they're kind of easing us into a lockdown because I feel like it's going to be necessary because people are not adapting. They're just kind of going on with their lives like nothing's going on, and it gets hard when you don't have like the government, the city behind you, or behind the whole like taking precautions and all that sort of stuff. You kind of get into this like sort of helpless kind of like, okay, so I guess I'm just gonna kind of go on living life, and like what can I do except like convince the entire fucking country to like take it seriously, or
convincing all these musicians they can do it themselves.
I mean, it's just like I don't know. It's a lot, but I feel like we're on our way to another lockdown. The numbers are continuing to rise. I think pretty rapidly at this point.
Are you guys rising? I mean, like Wisconsin is red, and nobody gives a fuck. They're all like, "Let's go, woohoo!"
Nobody cares.
Well, like I was seeing, there was an article. I didn't get to read it, but I saw an article linked today talking about it. Some really outrageous number. They're talking about like a crazy percentage of Chicagoans like have COVID, or they're like part speculating, but what it sounds like is that the numbers are high enough that it's like looking kind of pretty fucked up, and so I think that a lockdown again is inevitable.
How do you guys feel? Like, are you scared of this? Or at this point, do you think we've all come in contact with it at some point?
I think we should have just learned our lesson. Let's buckle down and fucking lock down. Let's get it over with. Let's get rid of this virus, and everyone has to do it all together,
Yeah.
Everyone has to just, stay home. Fucking, you want to go out? It could have been over with. I'm sure you've heard it a bunch of times. And I mean, what is it, New Zealand? No one's wearing a mask over there. There's no COVID cases over there.
Yep.
It's possible. It's just, can you do it? And I'm guilty because I had to go to the fucking store. I got to go get to work. I got to get gas.
Well, we're going to like work on it. It's just like basically we just have to. I mean, like life is still continuing to happen. It's like I can't get around like not doing this. But as far as like how we fear or perceive it, I think like just like everywhere else, there's like not an absolute consensus everywhere. I feel like we got different like degrees and levels of like
people that want to die.
Yeah, people want like how badly they want spreading. Well, I think the thing is like a lot of people like are kind of convinced that just because they're not really directly affected by it, that it's kind of like whatever, and the thing is like people like I do every once in a while hear about like a young person dying. Fabian from a shitload of bands. If you're familiar with Fabian and his Fabian's Fest and stuff like that, he was in the hospital for something like a little over 2 weeks or right around 2 weeks, and he had to like he's lost muscle mass and like it's
bad.
You're basically comatose and stuff like that, and it's scary, and if you don't get off that ventilator, your family's not there to see you. Mm-hmm. And it's just like, and it's people don't really get to see that, and they have like, like the president and like a whole bunch of other people and their supporters and people that don't necessarily support him that just don't really buy into it, so to speak, and like everyone's talking in your ear and whispering about how it's all like not that big a deal and it's like the flu, and so there's a lot of experts out there, so it's hard to like decipher, and you have to kind of formulate your own opinion and stuff.
As we're sitting here discussing this, I think that the new rhetoric that the CDC should come out with is COVID. It's like God.
Yeah, it's like
right?
There's a lot of
like, I mean, more people believe in religion than they do in the actual science behind a virus killing thousands of people.
Yeah, it's like you believe it when you feel it.
Yeah.
In your heart of hearts.
Yeah.
You can.
I don't know, man. We had stayed shut down pretty tightly. Like, Kif was the only one leaving our house twice a month to go shopping. And we would do a big shop, and he'd come home, and I'd wash everything, and we'd put it all away, and we'd deep clean our house. And, I mean, we weren't seeing anybody. We didn't do anything. I was working from home. The children were at home from school. Like, we legit did not start to, like, loosen up. And by loosen up, I mean, like, have people come to our house, which, like, we vetted with questions. And the same humans to our home, probably starting like May-ish. So I don't know, now it's kind of become like a free-for-all, and we're talking like on a personal level, should we not shut back down our borders again, so to speak,
right.
at our house?
It becomes a slippery slope, you know?
Yeah, and it's like, you know, my work is now starting to push more to be open, and like you have to go in, and it's like, why have we let the almighty dollar rule and state what is the value of human life?
Most people that don't care about COVID are the people that honestly are making the dollar, you know, and it's, it's understandable, you know, but at the same time, yeah, it's like you can't control anyone. You just gotta wear your fucking mask. You don't have to wear anything at all. Just wear your mask.
And maybe a condom because it's like herpes, right? Like, honestly, we need to start having open conversations about all of the superfluous bullshit, hidden things that we don't want to talk about, but we all want to fight about. So, it's like all of the uncomfortable. I mean, we digressed thoroughly, and I apologize. We got off the rails. However, it does kind of tie in as to your goals as a group. So what are your plans? Where do you see yourself continuing through the rest of this year and into next year in regards to your group?
I think that, like Ramon or Rick was saying earlier, is that, you know, it's about the creativity. It's a terrible thing that what's happening, but it's a blessing in disguise because we have more time to write good music. We have more time to be creative with videos. Once, you know, if we get through it, there's nothing like a show and performing and having a good time. But I think for me, that's probably the most I can get out of all this is like just, you know, recording and just staying productive and not doing it for any other reason than, you know, just taking the opportunity to do what we want to do. Just, you know, make music.
So a lot of bands that we've spoken to have partnered with other groups as a way to keep busy, make music as, say, like a compilation, and share each other's music by, you know, sharing each other's pages, music, and helping with cross-promotion. Have you guys been utilizing that?
Well, we actually, like we were saying, we were drinking with Claudia a bit earlier, and that's kind of just something that we talk about more and more amongst ourselves, you know. Like I was saying earlier with, like, you know, like Jerem also from Citizen, and like just everyone's like projects, and, you know, we talked to, you know, Josh from Flying Head, who plays with, you know, like Brandon is also in, like, you know, they like Heavy Meds just released like an EP, for instance, and stuff like that. So it's just like we definitely are aware of like and pushing each other, but we've been also starting like little dialogues about, you know, like helping each other. Like Josh is like, would you help me with the music video? And I absolutely would. And
what?
Yeah, well, we've been what he's saying is like, well, I've been working a whole lot about like very like driven towards like the media stuff, especially music videos. And right now we actually have one in the works that's pretty ambitious. It's about like kind of like an alien sort of abduction invasion type thing, and it has all these like models and puppets and like it's gonna have green screens effect and all that sort of stuff. But it's all DIY. I made a point. I didn't order a single piece off of Amazon for anything. And so it's just like about being active. But yes, we have been talking to other bands about helping them with, you know, music videos, or we be promoting each other. Like we should go to New York with so and so and all this sort of stuff. You know, touring's a little bit tricky now and like going to be postponed, but we could still promote each other. We could still be playing shows together and not be so much of a clique, but maybe our community sort of vibes will be like kind of contagious. Because I feel like there's a lot of like cliquey stuff that goes on in the scene and stuff like that. And I feel like it should really be a lot more about like community than like a clique. Because I feel like it's more like people are worried about, you know, who they like let in the loop, so to speak, and things like that. It's just really like, I don't know, I just like really love awesome music and awesome bands, and them playing together is especially awesome. So yeah, we just want to have put the vibes out there at least, you know. How aggressively we're like doing that, I'm not really sure, but we're definitely, it's definitely sets the feel of things, you know.
So I looked on your let's talk about your music videos, because I looked on your YouTube earlier, and you already have one out, yes?
Yeah, that's right, to play with me.
All right, so who is doing this? Who's recording these and editing them, and like talk about your music videos?
Well, there's a lot of liquid and powder involved in it. Just gathering around the table and sharing ideas.
I want to help. No.
And then, to be honest, like the ideas are on the table. We write them down. But when it comes down to it, Ramon or Rake and his brother actually put it this way: like we set deadlines and we get shit done, and Rake's just been like you know, hounding everybody. Like, all right, we got to get this, we got to get that. And when it came down to it, we're all game. We know the story, we know what we're gonna do, and then he sort of directs everything, and we know our place and what to do. We're all on the same page, and you know, it's just about like getting together and just pouring our minds on the floor. And Rake's brother also,
He was filming.
yeah. But when it comes down to it, like they did great editing, but it's just like we all probably imagined what this video would look like, and it turned out beyond. You know, it just worked out.
So what's the next one that you're gonna release?
Ooh, we might give you a little glimpse of that, Jess, tonight. We'll bring out something tonight, and
yeah, we may or may not have planned some kind of sneak peek of some sort.
Okay, cool. The next question was gonna be like, when can we expect this? So
that is a good question, because
be patient is what you're saying.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, we've got through the meat of it. This is like we've tackled the biggest sort of like hurdles or whatever like so far. So now it's just like more like I'm really confident that we could do it before Christmas, which is not setting it's not a small amount of time at all. So like I feel like we could most definitely do it by then. So
didn't you just tell me you set deadlines and now you're like, we're not setting one?
Well, Jess, our deadline was Halloween and we didn't make it happen. Alright, so give us a break.
I didn't say anything about deadlines.
Bibbidi bobbidi boo.
That's how you get people to move, yeah.
No, but yeah, for sure. But I'm thinking most realistically like early December.
Cool.
By that he means like March.
Yeah.
In 2021, you'll be able to catch a new music video by Dead Living.
Hopefully before that.
So
once it's all done and we do it, it doesn't take long to get the edits out.
Oh yeah, my God, yeah, because it's my younger brother Daniel
Capture Chicago.
At Capture Chicago, if you want to follow his Instagram, because he's extremely active in like community all over the place as far as like music and workouts and like he has like so many different like people that he works with. So that's
he's
something.
DIY as fuck too. It's not like he, you know, like.
It's his living. He makes a living.
Yeah, he does it himself, man.
And then my older brother Tony, he did the editing, and he's just kind of like has become an editing sort of like whiz, and really become familiar with like what we're going for, and he's like very much on board with like what we want to achieve and to like execute it instead of being like trying to do his own thing with things and stuff like that. So it was a really extremely helpful kind of group of people to be working with.
I mean, I don't know. It sounds like you guys have a pretty nice setup as far as community is concerned, being able to have all of your needs met as a group.
Yeah, I mean,
That was
try, I guess.
definitive statement.
Yeah,
Hey, so we are, I mean, like I have lots of questions, but we are almost at the top of the hour. So I want to give you an opportunity to just really quickly pimp your shit. Where can people find you? And where is the best to try to get in contact with you?
Like individually, or
it's like,
I mean, you don't got to give out your number, Merlin. Calm down, since you're not on social media.
I will.
Merlin's blushing. No, but well, I don't know if you want to also throw out your other like Instagrams out there too for like your artistry and your tattooing.
sure. I mean, why not?
Plug yourself, bro.
Whoa, maybe that's for later.
Hey, man.
Yikes.
Right now, I want to. So I have 2 Instagrams. One's for tattooing, and that's kind of it was the first Instagram that I made, so the name's a little weird, but it's a combination of like 3 things, but it's Zan Gonzo San, so it's like it's a V-A-N, Gonzo, and then S-A-N. The other one that I made after, it was confusing. I switched things around. But that one's just a book of Merlin. And that's where I put more of my, non-tattooing artwork and type stuff. But, yeah, I work, like I said, in North Aurora at Artistic Theories Tattoo. And, yeah, I mean, other than that, I'm in, another musical project that's developing as well.
Yeah?
Well,
But that's more focusing on, album stuff at the moment, so.
Yeah. We got open dates, just so you know.
Say what?
I said we got open dates, just so you know. Just one open date.
well,
Oh, yeah. I mean, that project's called Mythicist, which is kind of a mouthful, but,
That's what she's trying to say. While your cock and balls are in her mouth. What do you want from dinner, baby? You'll never A, get head the same, and B, look at dinner the same way.
like kind of Mike Tyson.
Sorry, I'm a dickhead tonight, apparently. Okay, but
yeah, but as far as Dead Living goes, Dead Living Music is kind of like what we were able to take a stronghold of as far as the name goes. So on Instagram at Dead Living Music, on deadlivingmusic.bandcamp.com for all of our stuff, and I'm going to mention this again later, but it's all on Bandcamp. And then we are on Spotify, so there's that.
it hurts you inside a little bit now, doesn't it?
Yeah, it has a sting to it. The YouTube channel is also up, and I believe that's also Dead Living Music. But if you put Dead Living Music, you should be able to find us. But all the links are also on our Facebook, which is also facebook.com/Dead Living Music. And we try to make it so that wherever you find us, you should be able to find the rest of our shit. So there'll be more videos and all these different kind of promo videos and all this sort of stuff out there. So trying to make it easy for everybody.
Good job. You have followed the rules, Daniel-san, right?
Yeah.
Ha-ha! Ha-ha! We get the reference. Anyways, I want to thank you guys for joining us. I hope that we get to actually see you physically in person.
Yeah,
when we can people again.
You come to our basement and play.
Yeah?
Right, one day. Oh, right. And we'd love to have a beer with you guys.
Right. Yeah?
Yeah.
Amongst other things, correct? Anyways, so with that, we will leave you. We're going to let you guys go get set up so that you can perform. And we look forward to watching you over the interwebs play your music.
Hey, I just want to say thank you very much, Jess. I love what you're doing, and I mean you're killing it.
Thanks. I hope that you continue to love it enough to actually practice what it is I preach. So that means that you've learned.
Yeah.
Anyway,
time will tell.
I know. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining us, and we leave you this evening.
All right.
Bye. Bye. So that was Dead Living. You can watch them through the event on our page. If you go to Just the Ska Kid, there is an event that'll pop up that says Dead Living Live.
Just a little bit.
And you'll have to open up the event, hit discussion, and you'll be able to see them perform. We will also share their video all over. Claudia, you've been watching. I want to personally apologize that I messaged you months ago to ask for masks, and I still have failed to go to your Etsy and purchase them. However, anybody who is on right now, Claudia does have an Etsy that she makes masks, and as well as other clothing. And she's an artist.
As well as she's lead singer of Shitison, and you should check those guys out.
Awesome. Hopefully we can have them on the show sometime.
That would be fucking
Are you
badass.
listening? Right? Our daughter would love that.
I know.
Anyways, I hope you've enjoyed the sass this evening. Check out Dead Living. You can find both Rotary and Pale Moonlight on Bandcamp. You should listen to it there instead of anywhere fucking else. And check them out on YouTube as well. If you are interested, they do have vinyl stickers that you don't want to put on your nipples available if you message them. And they are on Facebook. And you can, if you are ever lost and confused, wayward sheep, please feel free to message us. And we will direct you as to where the fuck you should be in life.
Don't get genoed.
Okay?
Thanks.
Bye!
Come on and listen.